One of the greatest temptations I'm facing right now is getting lazy with my style and saying I ain't appreciating mics down. I serve too small a market, I need a larger target. You know, a broader audience who's spending dollars on this. And as of right now, this temptation for making some crazy statements, complaining, but I know how pride sounds. I'm everybody's favorite, maybe one of the greatest, the peak of every playlist. You'd be a lame to hate this, but the truth is it's foolish to say this. So please bear with my foolishness, cause I've concluded it's stupid to fake it. I Google my name too much, think that my fame is just.
Welcome back to Fan Style Reviews, where our topic today is going to be Morbius. How you guys doing?
I'm doing good.
Doing good. Hey, what's up?
What's up?
How you guys doing? How's the fans doing today? Okay, so what were you saying?
Oh yeah, spoiler warnings?
Yes.
Spoiler warnings.
There will be spoilers in this conversation that we have today. So if you haven't seen Morbius and you don't want to be spoiled, click off real quick and then come back to us.
You know what? Drop a like, then come back.
A like and a comment.
Yeah, comment, say I'll be back.
You share too.
Yeah. Okay, well, man, Morbius.
Horrible.
He's just jumping right into it. Horrible. Okay. Why do you think it was horrible?
I mean, just from the beginning, it just made no sense. Morbius alone was just, I don't know. It seemed off.
Well, there was a lot of hype up for this movie. A lot of hype up. Too much, if I do say so myself. It did get pushed back a little bit, so maybe the hype would have gone with it if it was supposed to originally release, but I don't know.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. So when they had that whole Spider-Man No Way Home thing going on, I feel like they should have just went with the original release, while they still had a lot of Spider-Man hype. So you had people just really hungry from some type of Marvel entertainment, especially, fresh off of, No Way Home. Multiverse was wide open then. And I forgot the multiverse was open in this movie until, the end credit scene. But, hey, I think they kind of missed their own opportunity. Then on top of that, they cut a lot of scenes that you've seen in the trailers that you actually wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted to see I guess it was a playground scene where the Morbius and his mentor were talking or something like that. Didn't get it. I mean, and
they had a small scene of that when they were
there was like a full-fledged. They were sitting on the bench talking
after he got his powers.
Yeah,
we did not get to see that.
Now,
well, they definitely fooled us with the Spider-Man.
I was getting ready to say I completely agree with Jamel. If they would have released it right after Spider-Man, especially with having the hints of Spider-Man in the trailer, it would have been great. Everybody would have been. There would have been way more people going. I shouldn't say it was going to be great because they wouldn't have had it in the movie, but it would have been the people would have gone and see it just thinking it's a part of the Spider-Man universe.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Which technically it is,
I mean, yeah, technically.
The end credit scene. But
if we're going to talk about that, we'll talk about it later, though.
The end credit scene?
How right I was? Yeah. Yeah, you're right, the end credit scene.
Okay. I'll give you that. You were right about that prediction. Even though I feel that they shouldn't have, if they were going to do that, they shouldn't have advertised Michael Keaton in it. He should have just came there.
Yeah.
I mean,
they made it seem like he was going to be a big part of the story.
Or some type of part during the movie. Like, I didn't think he was going to be towards the end, but I feel like they kind of wasted him. I mean, you're going to make him this important villain, why have him in such a weak portrayal?
That's the only reason why I went to go see it, because I thought Spider-Man was going to be in it. So if Spider-Man was going to be in it, okay, I'll give it a shot, go look at it.
Or a Spider-Man.
Or something like that, yeah.
So I guess let's backtrack a little bit to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind the beginning because it started the way it did, where he was doing the power stuff. And we're like, oh, why is he doing this? And then they kind of backtracked, and explained he had a benefactor giving him money, and he was experimenting on bats and stuff. The problem I have is the friend. He had all these bodyguards around. What did he do? Was he just did we know what he did? Was he like black arms dealing, or?
Was he like a lawyer or something?
No, because he showed up in the jail, and he's like, I didn't know you ever passed the bar, and he said, I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, we had no backstory on the friend other than the fact that he's got the same disease as Morbius.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Also, were they rich?
That's what I'm saying. The friend was rich, I believe.
Was the father rich too?
Well, maybe.
I mean, the father figure.
The father
that wasn't
figure.
a real father.
Yeah, maybe he was the rich one, and he was living in his house.
I mean, because you seen that Morbius was smart as a kid, so he's like, okay, well, he helped him out with
Yeah,
stuff
and maybe
stuff.
Morbius was helping him by giving him money.
Or
No,
maybe he helped him, and then
the friend,
Morbius-
because they said he had a private benefactor giving him money, which we later find out is the friend, if I'm not mistaking that. So the friend was giving him money. Just where was he getting it?
But the father figure was rich himself, right? He had money.
Morbius himself was rich too.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were all rich.
I mean, he was a doctor.
But the doctor,
Yeah.
but I mean, the father figure wasn't he some type of he's the one who got him into the whole medical field. So
I mean, I don't know. To me, that didn't make sense. So I was like, what the hell's going on here?
And then they didn't explain much more about the bats. Like how did they give him powers and stuff like that?
Yeah.
It was not like you get the opening scene in the movie and you think like, okay, that's where he got his powers, but then you're kind of confused because he's still testing stuff. He goes back, he tests stuff, then he injects himself with something, and then he has powers. So it kind of confused me, like, where did he actually get the powers?
Yeah.
From the whole cut and the bats came out, or this experiment he did on himself and he injected himself? Like it was too confusing.
I think that's where they dropped the ball on that.
Like, how do you know to go there to get that?
I guess just because he was researching. There's a lot of
there?
assumption. Yeah. What happened there? Like, he said that those bats would have destroyed anything, and he had the cage, but the cage didn't stop all the bats from coming out, so how did he not get eaten alive? He didn't have the... So, you remember, when he has the powers, he steps into the cage, and the bats... Like, he's like one of the bats.
Okay. Yeah.
Why didn't they kill him? He wasn't one of the bats then.
Like Batman.
All,
I was sitting there thinking some of these scenes remind me of Batman.
yeah, especially the end when he called the bats.
Also, they said, I don't know if you guys captured like a little glimpse of the Dark Knight theme when he got inside the tube with all those bats.
I had Dark Knight energy, but I didn't hear
The
the thing.
soundtrack, it was kind of like Dark Knight.
I mean, like I said, that reminded me of Batman. Like when seeing all the bats and him being comfortable with bats and stuff, because Batman's not scared of bats either.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Batman is scared of bats.
No, he's
That's
not.
his number one fear.
Batman is not afraid
They
of bats.
were his number one fear, but
No,
when he
but
became the Batman...
Yeah, he became the Batman. He's basically a bat with him. He
embraced it.
He embraced it. And he's like, okay, people are afraid of bats. I'm going to be Batman, and people are going to fear me.
Yeah.
So, no,
But he was still afraid of bats.
He is no.
No,
longer afraid
I
of bats.
don't think he was afraid of bats.
This is a different topic.
Yeah.
Let's stay on topic again.
Let's talk about the cringe moments for Morbius. When the guy was dancing, his friend.
Before we get into that, can we go back to the beginning for just a second? When after he injects himself, his friend shows up. How does friend know what he injected himself with, and how to inject himself with this medicine to turn himself?
And then when did he get it?
Yeah, because when
Well, go ahead. I got
So-
that.
when he gets into the lab, he sees him. He goes, "Give me blood, give me blood." He gives him the blood, and then he kicks him out. Well, they pan over, and you could see, because he only had 3 vials. He injected himself with one on the boat, and there was 2 that he set down. Also, why take the 2 with you if you're going to kill yourself? So that this doesn't get out, toss them in the ocean.
Right.
We're not even going to talk about that, though. But they showed the 2 vials after the friend left.
Yeah, but it didn't even look like a tease. Like, oh, I want that. You know, remember how?
Yeah.
But
He looked back.
not
he was
really
like,
all that. I didn't really have that energy. Be like, okay, you remember Thor Ragnarok when Loki, Asgard's about to be destroyed, and Loki he looks at the Tesseract and he's like, and it kind of lets us know that he took it. I didn't get that same energy with that Val.
But he looked back. He was like, I might get that later.
Yeah, like you're talking about Rhodes in Iron Man 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Next time, baby. That's what they gave.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't give me.
They
the
didn't even
energy
give us
they was
that.
taking.
So it's like, did he come back and get it?
I think they just wanted you to have common sense.
No, not with something this big.
Not something this big. That's something that they should, portray. Like, we shouldn't have to sit there and think, oh, did he take it or not, or when did he take it? And like I said, I think that things in this movie were just happening. I think scenes were just jump scenes without explanations to the next scenes. So it was all over the place, and
And when did he take it? Because so he had to have taken it in the hospital because he was in the hospital when he first turned when he killed the nurse.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Which I like that scene. That scene was probably one of the best scenes in the movie for me when the lights are flicking on and off and you could see him just
That was
going
your
down the
best
hallway.
scene?
That was one of my favorite
Trash.
scenes. Yes, dude. But he had to have taken the stuff in the hospital, so who did it for him?
He probably did it himself.
He probably convinced some nurse in there to strap him up.
Oh God.
Strap him up.
That's not,
But how did he know? Also, Morbius got the shot in the back. What'd the friend do? He
Did he drink it or something like that? Or,
he-
I mean, because
that's
they
what I'm
powers
saying.
were
When he went to the hospital, I think he got strapped.
Oh, so common sense, we're supposed to know that too.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, common
Yeah,
sense.
common sense.
But going back to the cringe scenes, when he was dancing, that gave me Spider-Man 3 Tobey Maguire vibes. When he's dun, 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 which is a classic scene.
Yeah, I was okay with that.
You was okay with that?
I was okay with the little.
It was just like, what is?
Let him have a little fun.
the off evil humor type of deal.
I guess it was trash.
I guess.
I respect your point of view, but yeah, I mean the movie was not good. I'm just gonna be honest. The movie wasn't good. We waited this long. It came on April Fool's Day, but we waited this long. I thought that we were at least going to get some type of quality entertainment.
And I didn't even know that it came on April Fool's.
Yeah,
Like, I totally forgot
because it
about
was a
that.
joke.
Exactly. So we can agree on that they missed a lot of things.
I
They
think
cut out a lot of things.
they did cut out a lot of things, but if you notice, they really stressed that Marvel assisted with it. They need to give Marvel a little bit more, less assisting, more just help us.
Yeah.
Yeah, help us. I mean, it's like you had. It's almost like you can kind of see that contract towards the end of, oh, this was part of the MCU, so let's kind of use a little bit of MCU energy for free. But let's use some MCU energy, and then with the whole spell, multiverse thing, opening and stuff.
Which that brings me to another point. So was it Morbius flying, or was he just could see the air currents, and he was jumping in the air current, and it was taking him away?
Yeah, I think he was.
I think
gliding.
it was like a glide.
He was
Okay, so he
gliding
was
with
just
the air.
gliding
Yeah.
with the air. How's he gliding in the subway?
Well, it's a
All that,
subway.
yeah.
It's
Oh, okay,
it goes
okay,
in a
okay.
direction of train.
It's just a question.
Okay.
Just
Common
a question.
sense, common sense.
Common sense. So,
That to me was the only cool part.
that,
Was
yeah,
his flying.
that he could
It was
fly.
pretty dope.
Okay, at the end, why was he driving a car?
Hold on, before we go to the end,
Okay,
You
I'll
went
come back to
straight to the end.
I'll come back to that
Were y'all
question.
okay with the CGI? A lot of people said it was bad. I was okay with the CGI.
I was actually cool with it.
I was okay with it. I didn't like it, but I think I was a little too harsh on it in the theater, so I backed up a little bit. It wasn't as bad as I think I was making it out to be. But when you see CGI, like in Eternals, I like the CGI they had there with the girl that could run real fast. I just thought they did it a little differently, and it was kind of pissing me off. But
The CGI was nice. It was just too many slow-mos.
I think maybe that, because you were saying that the other day, and I was like, yeah, there was a lot of slow-mos.
Too many.
They should have just had a fast fight or one slow-mo, but it was too many for me.
Like, yeah, we get it, you're fast. Like, okay. But another scene that got me confused was when he went to the bar. The
Yes. The friend went to the bar.
He spoke with the lady.
And yeah, he had the interaction where she goes,
Oh,
don't I know you?
I'm glad you said that. I feel like it was a wasted opportunity that we didn't get to see an on-screen attack of the dude that was basically being a jerk to him at the bar. I feel like that would have been a perfect opportunity for him to basically portray his powers in the most evil, sadistic way,
Mhm.
and we didn't get that. So missed opportunity, Sony. So
But
He did get him, though.
he did get him, but
but it
we
was-
saw it on as
it
a
was after
security
the fact. We didn't
camera.
get to see it
Yeah.
it could have been a real dope, dramatic scene.
He should have attacked him right there. He should have dropped down. But when he was at the bar, how did he know that this girl was with this dude? So, was he defending was he telling him to get away because that was his girl? I mean,
I think so.
it just doesn't make sense because they weren't interacting. And she goes, "Don't I know you?"
Yeah.
He goes, nah. Who the hell is you?
That's true. They just left that like.
I mean, we
a big
didn't.
question
It would
mark.
have been different if she was like waiting on him at a restaurant, or like they were at a party and she was waiting on him, or she was there.
Right.
But you're just gonna be like, don't I know you?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
So, okay, fight scenes. How would y'all, rate, did y'all think the fight scenes was good?
Yeah.
I mean, they weren't the worst that we've seen, but
I have a question on the last fight scene. So Morbius was controlling the bats,
Yeah.
because he got the powers.
yeah.
His friend got the powers, so the bats shouldn't have really been affecting him.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking that in theaters as I was seeing the fight, like,
Yeah.
he's doing this and that. I'm like, he should be able to control some bats too.
Oh, yeah. Also, he only had a few bats in a tube. Where the hell did the other bats come from? Did his scream reach Costa Rica? Where the hell all these bats come from?
Well, they were in the sewers.
They were in the sewer
So
systems.
they probably had-
Okay, so we're not saying that these were that certain type. Okay, I assume
It was just any bat.
that they were
Yeah.
that certain type of bat.
They were just
And I was
bats.
like, where the hell all these bats come from? Okay, common sense. But yeah, the bats shouldn't have been affecting him because he also had the same power. There was nothing to distinguish his grade of power over his friends.
Mhm.
But keeping in line with that, his girlfriend got his blood, and she woke up at the end.
And she got powers. Her lights, her eyes went up.
Yeah.
I feel like that kind of was done for nothing because I really didn't care for that.
Yeah, it was really weak. Like it was no point.
Yeah. I mean,
That-
it happened so quickly. His friend got the powers, all of a sudden he killed his girl.
Right.
I mean, I like I said, I really didn't care too much for it. It happened, okay, but I mean, are we gonna see that in the future? But do y'all want to move on to the end credit scenes?
We can. Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
I know you got some questions about.
Okay.
Yeah, because I asked earlier.
End credit scene. We got Vulture. He comes in from the MCU after the whole Spider-Man No Way Home, even though it was home. He comes in. He's automatically teleported into a prison
In the wrong universe.
in the wrong universe. So in this universe, he didn't commit a crime. So
They let him
free
go.
him.
Mhm.
My issue with that is how. Okay, do that. How is it he comes in and he has his exact same suit with Jatari Tech from Spider-Man? Like, where did he find all that? Like, it'd be different if he came in, his suit was a little different.
Yeah.
He got a different costume design. That was an opportunity right there.
Yep.
Why didn't you do that?
Because where did he get this tech?
Yeah, where did he get this tech in a whole universe that you know nothing about?
Yeah. Also,
What if there is a Chitauri?
well, there might be, but he never had access to. In this universe, he didn't commit a crime, so he didn't have access to this tech like he did in the other one.
He had no henchmen either.
Yeah, he didn't have any henchmen. Also, it begs to ask the question: if this was not his universe, why did he get sent back to the prison? I could see him getting sent back to the wrong universe, but why did it send him to the exact same spot he was in his universe? If he didn't do these things, wouldn't you send him to wherever this universe's Vulture is?
That's a good question.
Does that universe have a Vulture?
It does. I mean, maybe not. Maybe it just sent him there because they didn't, and he got put back where he was originally.
Yeah.
I don't know, but how did he know to meet with Morbius?
Yeah, how did that connection happen? Like
They didn't explain that at all.
It was just lazy writing. if you ask
Which
me.
begs me the question: why was he driving a car? If he can follow air currents, probably would have got him there faster. Why was he driving a car? And where was this girl? He was alone.
I don't think he'll bring his girl to meet up with Vulture.
She's got powers now.
He's probably. That's why I said he's probably rich, so he has that car, that nice car.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it too.
But then again, why did he switch sides like that?
Well, we don't know if he switched sides. They
We don't know
could.
if he's
It
good or
could.
bad
They kind of
until he
ended
wrote.
with him being like, "I need to talk to you about Spider-Man."
And he was like, "Yeah, I'm in." He didn't even hear what he did. Nothing.
So that begs the question: whose Spider-Man is it? Now, me, common sense, said it was Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man because it's obviously not Tom Holland's, and Tobey Maguire has a different Venom. Somebody in this council right here said, "How can you just assume that?" looking at you. You don't remember? You said, how can you assume it's Andrew Garfield? And I said, how can you not assume? And he was like, well, what if they're bringing a different Spider-Man?
Yeah, what if they're bringing a different Spider-Man? You gotta. So those are only 3 choices?
Right now, yes. Those are the only 3 choices.
I don't think we actually even have enough evidence yet, because when you see the poster, that could have been Toby or Andrew. I mean,
well, we didn't see the poster in the movie, so
we didn't see it in the movie, so I feel that insufficient, evidence is at play here. Right?
I did hear that mural of Spider-Man was confirmed from a Spider-Man game, from Spider-Man 3.
See?
Okay. This, I guess my other question is this a universe that doesn't have its own Spider-Man, but the Vulture's bringing it back from his universe? I need to talk about Spider-Man. Or can we say that there probably is one since Morbius said I'm in?
Do you think he's going to try to find a way to get back to the MCU somehow?
Well, maybe he's trying to find Spider-Man in that universe. Like, he's like, I need to find this Spider-Man.
But does he remember who Spider-Man is?
No, he doesn't.
Are we sure, though?
No.
Are we sure about that? I mean,
we're basing it off the spell wiped everybody's memory.
But there was an error in the spell because it sent villains back to their own universe. And he was already in his own universe and got sent to a different universe. So
you're right. You're right. And I'm going to add on to that. The spell was to erase everybody on Earth's mind. Did that erase everybody coming into Earth but never actually got to Earth? Because the Vulture would still know who Spider-Man is if that's the case.
We don't know that. We don't.
Yeah.
It just seems like they sent the villains back too, but he didn't wipe their minds.
Well, no. What we're saying is
no. What he's saying is basically like Doc Ock. He knows that Peter is Spider-Man in his universe, and he's going to continue to have that memory.
Oh, okay.
So we don't know if it was an error in the spell, and that's how he got to another universe. So we don't know just yet. If he, I mean, because you got different Spider-Mans now, too, so that might be some type of confusion. I don't know.
Or it could just be a whole new Spider-Man.
I guess, yeah, we could be looking at a whole new Spider-Man. I guess we won't know until maybe we see Vulture in another movie if he knows who Spider-Man is.
Yep.
And it did feel like they were trying to force a little bit Sinister Six on us right there.
They did.
At the end.
Yeah, with Venom going back, Vulture.
And now Morbius. Who's not really a part of the Sinister Six, like not the original Sinister Six.
It just seemed like they're doing anything. But do we got any other films coming out?
Yeah. So check out some of these new movies coming out. We have Sonic coming out. Ambulance. Did I say it right that time? Yeah, Ambulance. Yeah, I said it right that time. And the new Harry Potter Secrets of Dumbledore is coming out. So go ahead and check out all those movies. Yeah. But yeah, I
think you missed Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh yeah,
that's the main one. Yeah,
that's the main one.
I think you need keep using some of these.
Oh, hang on. Hand me the flashcard. Everything All at Once also comes out. Check it out too.
All right, y'all ready to move into ratings?
Let's go ahead.
All right. Well, I'll go first. Based off everything we talked about, and based off what I've seen in the movie, how a lot of things were inconsistent and wasn't explained, I'm going to give this film a 5 out of 10.
Not bad. I think the last time we talked, I gave it a 5 out of 10. So,
yeah.
But I'm switching it up to a 3 out of 10. That's how low it was.
Wow. And the last time we talked, I gave it a 4 out of 10. But I took a whole point for the CGI. I'm going to give it back a half point, so I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 10. I can't be so harsh on the CGI. Okay. And we'll see that in the future, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You like that, didn't you?
That was a great conversation, y'all.
Yeah.
Good to be back, guys. So, I think that wraps up on this episode of Fan Style Reviews. I would like to remind you that my name is Jamel.
And I'm Angel.
And I'm Frank.
And we're going to see you on the next episode.
If you like that video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We out.